All right, time to apply the Sculptamold to the mask. So you want to take the mask off your paper towel that you keep your name on. Okay, I'd get 2 or 3 or maybe 4 extra paper towels, and we're ready to go. So this is all mixed from just a little bit ago on the prior video to how you mix this up. Okay, if this does start to feel like it's getting a little bit cold and not quite the consistency of a really thick oatmeal, what you can do is you have your hot water bowl of very warm or hot water. Just kind of rinse your fingers in there and just kind of sprinkle just a few little drops in on your Sculptamold, and then you just kind of take this and you kind of work it back in like that, and you should have the right consistency that you need to put it on your mask. If this starts getting cold, it's going to start drying out and getting like clumps in it, and it's not going to work very well at all. Okay, and what I meant also in the earlier video is if you get this on your hand, you can use paper towels, or just kind of like this, you can kind of rinse your fingers off in there as well. All right, so what you do first is you have your mask just kind of looking like a mummy right now. Okay, all right, so what you're going to do is you're going to get some Sculptamold. You're going to put it on here. You want to get a little bit of water, and you're going to tap this out, and what you're doing is you're getting rid of the mummy, kind of the mummified appearance of like an Egyptian mummy or something like that. Okay, and we're gonna put it on there probably about an eighth of an inch thick, about like that. So we're just gonna put that over the whole mask. So I'll kind of show you how this is done. Just kind of put it on there, kind of tap it in there. You're kind of working it into the holes that are on here. Okay, and you're just kind of giving it just like a base coat. This is just like a base layer that you will end up working on later with the shape of the head, and then start working on the features for your animal. But the next thing is going to be working on the shape of the head. But this is pretty much just the base coat. You kind of tap on there, try to keep it as smooth as you can. Some of this might not change very much. You want to make sure it's smooth out. That's going to cut down on like filing and sanding you might have to do later on. Some of this is obviously going to change depending on what animal this would be turned into, like making a snout, changing the shape of the head, adding ears, eyes, different things. Okay, so you can kind of see kind of what I'm doing. So I want to clean my fingers off in the water once in a while. Okay, take some of that water, and I'm just going to kind of tap some water on here. Again, I'm trying to get about an 1/8 of an inch, no more than 1/4 of an inch thickness on here. And I'm just going to work this over the whole entire mask. And already this is starting to get dry, just a little bit dry. It dries out really fast. It's starting to get a little cooled off too. Okay, so I just take a little bit of water, kind of sprinkle some in there from my fingers, kind of work that in just a little bit. Okay, kind of just work that in, and then I have that to go ahead and use. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use this up, kind of just showing how that works. Okay, just kind of work over the whole thing. Make sure you get down to the bottom as well. Okay, clear down here to the bottom where the paper towels are. Some people tend to forget to get all the way to the bottom, like actually onto the paper towel as well. All right, so we're not worrying about what your animal is or the shape of the head or anything like that. Okay, we're just kind of going over and giving it all a base coat. That's what we're doing. So you can see I'm getting all the way here to the bottom of the mask. All right. So I just got a little bit left here, and you just do a little bit at a time. You're not going to take like that big, giant, you know, part of the Sculptamold I had to start with. I didn't take like all that and just like plop it on here. I'm just doing like a little bit at a time. Didn't take like a giant ball of Sculptamold and just put it on here like that. So, all right. So that's pretty much that first part kind of all used up on here. So you can kind of see how that's looking all the way to the bottom here. When I set it down, it's touching the paper towels. Okay, just try to keep that as smooth as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue working on this, and then I'm gonna have my drawing out. I'm gonna start working on the shape of the head, building the snout or whatever it is that I need to do for it, and then working on all the features, different parts of it. So it's all gonna be built up with the Sculptamold material, all right? And just a reminder, I already just went over in the previous video how you wipe this out with paper towels and you put it back where it goes. But just a simple reminder, on the water bowl, when you go dump it out, please put your hand under it, okay? And then any leftover little pieces of Sculptamold, and there will be some at the bottom, okay? Make sure all that at the bottom gets wiped out with paper towels and then put in the garbage. Please don't let Sculptamold, even though the pieces that are in here from your hand, get in the sink. If they do get in the sink, just wipe them out with paper towels and then make sure you throw them away as soon as possible when you do that. Please don't let them go down the drain. All right, so that's about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish working on this. And now you know how to apply the base coat of Sculptamold. All right, so thank you for watching.